Well, welcome to Speaking of Horses. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we're ready to go right here with some of the great stories from the horse industry. So join us as we get ready to go Speaking of Horses right here on this station. Well, welcome to the radio program here on Speaking of Horses. Today we're talking with Mr. Patrick Kaiser. Patrick runs the Southern Equine Expo, which is February 22nd, 3rd, and 4th of this year, 2019, at the Tennessee Miller Coliseum in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's a great expo. It's growing every year. So, Patrick, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about the expo coming up in a couple of weeks.
Well, thanks for having me, Wayne. We're excited this year. We're featuring Guy McLean. He's coming back to Tennessee after being gone for a few years, and he'll be giving 2 clinics each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're bringing Ty Evans that will be featuring mulemanship. He's from out in Utah. We got Steve Meadows from Virginia, and Congress and world champion in ranch riding, and we're looking forward to him being here. And on the English side, we have Jack Ballou, world-renowned author, and talking about equine and rider fitness and kind of getting the most out of your horse, along with Jessica Oriano from Pennsylvania doing all the over-fence classes. We also have people that are Andrea Gibson, which will be doing the talking about using miniatures and taking them to hospitals and to nursing homes and assisted living care facilities and interacting with people there and using minis for equine facilitator health. And then, so it's, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Carly Pitts, an AQHA professional horsewoman, will be doing lead changes and talking about riding the perfect pattern. And I can't really think of all of them right off the top of my head, but we've got a very well-diverse lineup of clinicians, along with lectures and demonstrations and breed demos. And we also have our colt starting challenge. We're featuring all women this year. We have Miranda Lyon, Mary Kitzmiller, and Alicia Griffith as our 3 competitors and we're getting all of our horses from our title sponsor of the colt starting again in Lost Creek Cattle Company. And then we started last year our Smoky Mountain Trail Challenge, and we're doing that again, and the response by entries have been very, very positive. So we're looking forward to a very busy weekend, but a lot of fun, a lot of things to go over and learn, and not to mention a lot of shopping. We've sold out and have our largest vendor show of in our history. With close to 90 vendors that will pack the place with lots of good merchandise and things to buy and information to give away.
Well, that's the key. See, you've got a great lineup of clinicians, and no matter what discipline or what you like in horses, there's a clinician there to fit that bill. But you've got great shopping, and then this year also the entertainment factor looks pretty intriguing. Between putting Guy McLean in there, I see a drill team is going to be there, along with Ashley Pletcher doing trick riding. So you've got some entertainment factors. So you're trying to cover all bases.
Yeah, I counted it up. We have over 107 clinics, demonstrations, or entertainment activities going on in the 3 days, and we pack a lot in there. We don't have the biggest facility like some of the other horse expos around the country, but if somebody can't find something to entertain them at any given time during the day, they're not looking hard enough, because there will be something going on for sure.
Well, the other part of it, what's nice about that Coliseum is all the vendors are around the perimeter of the arena, because when you walk in the doors, the arena is actually a few steps down from you. So you've got the perimeter around. All the vendors are right there. The food stands are close, and then you can be seated. The other arenas are just out the door and out to the barn. So everything is relatively close, and even if the weather turns a little bad, 90% of what's happening is in a good under roof and atmosphere controlled position. So, really the location isn't all that bad.
Well, yeah, once they get indoors, most everything Expo off in the MTSU Horse Sciences, the Amberzicki Arena, but for the most part, we don't use that as much as we had in the past. So we try to keep everything under one roof, so that way people don't have to go out in the elements. And it's supposed to be right now long-range forecast, pretty seasonable temperatures, which means around 60 degrees in Tennessee for this time of year, and there's nothing. That's perfect weather for us to have the expo.
There's nothing wrong with that. Not especially when you live north like I do. There's nothing wrong with that. We had that last cold snap through here. We were actually minus 29 on the deck. Actual temperature, the wind chill was about 55 below. So negative 29, there's no way to describe it other than cold. It's just cold. But anyway, you got a great expo there, and I'm happy to be back again this year. Been there several years with you guys for this Southern Equine Expo, and it really is the Trail Challenge. That Smoky Mountain Trail Challenge is it Smoky Mountain or Blue Mountain? Did I say that wrong?
It's Smoky Mountain.
Smoky Mountain Trail Challenge. Tell us a little more about that and about how people can enter that.
Well, they can enter on our website, and they can find all our information on our website, which is SouthernEquineExpo.com, all one word. But we've modeled it after the International Mountain Trail Competition Association's obstacles and stuff in there from out in the Northwest. We've just kind of tweaked it a little bit to fit our expo and what we're going to do, and trying to get a lot of horses ran through it. But it's not a timed event. It's more about how you get your horse working with you in unison. We want to see good horsemanship, not just race against the clock. And so, we build a big mound inside. We dig some ditches and have some water boxes. We're bringing in shrubbery and natural cut logs that we'll have in here. That we try to make it pretty challenging and test the horse so that they have to think about where to put their feet, and the riders to have to get them in the right position to be successful. And it's a good challenge. And we have our main divisions are youth, amateur, and open. And within each of those divisions, there's subdivisions or levels. We have levels 1, 2, and 3. And level 1 is basically for people just comfortable at the walk. So if you have a young, kind of a green horse that's just gotten started, or you're just the two of them have just started riding together, that level 1's good because everything's done at the walk and it's a little easier pattern. Level 2's at the trot, walk and trot. And then level 3 would be the one where they'll have to lope or canter. And obviously the courses are the most challenging. And like I said, we've got some of our entries right now. We have youth in level 3, and they're going into the open level 3 too. So you're going to challenge the open riders. But it kind of gives everybody a place to go and play, and for every level, and we encourage that. And this year we're giving away championship buckles to the highest placings point earners, basically, in each level within each division, youth, amateur, and open. So we're going to reward the ones that have consistency and do well over the 2 go-rounds on Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, we have our gambler's choice, where the different obstacles have different point values, and everybody does have just 2 minutes to complete the course and get as many of the obstacles done as they can, and the ones that have the highest point total will be the winners of that. And we're going to kind of tweak that this year, and we're just going to jackpot that and kind of put everybody into one pot. So all level 1 riders, whether they're youth, amateur, or open, will all compete against each other, and all the level 2s and all the level 3s, and just let them go play and compete and challenge themselves, because after 2 days, they should know what their horse can do and what obstacles they enjoy. And there'll be some like the teeter-totter, which will have a higher point value than, just going through a serpentine. So there'll be some different things for people to do, and how bad they really want to challenge themselves. So It's always fun to do it that way.
Oh yeah, and I think that the nice thing is people love to come to these expos, and the one that you're developing over the last few years there in Murfreesboro is really becoming a nice expo. but they like to be able to come and compete as well as watch other people. And so they can watch the colt starting challenge, and you got 3 great women that are trainers in that this year, and they can compete in the trail challenge. They can watch tons of great clinicians, and you ran them all down at the start of the show, but we also have a lecture hall there, a lot of great speakers on various topics related to the equine world. And then, you've got some entertainment, and there's going to be a little entertainment thing. The drill team will perform. You're going to do a showcase. Is it Saturday night that is the showcase?
Yeah, that's kind of what we let it is Saturday night after everything kind of wraps up. We're going to let our clinicians let their hair down and have some fun, put some together some routines to music, and instead of just being trying to teach and lecture all day long and stuff, they're going to go and have some fun. I know that several of them are, Guy's going to be doing his routine at the end, so that will be the pinnacle of the show. But the drill team will kind of kick us off. We'll have a parade of breeds and bring all the breeds in together during that to kick it off. And then the drill team will perform after that. We'll have mounted shooters. We'll have, again, the freestyle routines from our clinicians. And, Ashley will do her trick riding and Roman riding routine at that time. We've got Kat Zimmerman, who is a youth that is a representative of the Mustang Heritage Foundation. She does a nice liberty routine with her 3 Mustangs that she had adopted through the Extreme Mustang Challenge. And so, we try to have everything and just let people have some fun, and it's not long, it's free. We're not, we just believe that somebody buys a ticket, they get access to everything all day long and even into the evening. So we want to make sure that we bring the people out to come here, and this is for us. A lot of the people that come to our expo have, they don't go to the world shows, they don't go to the big horse shows. They may, a lot of them are trail riders and stuff, and this is the one event this is their event that they get to go to, where everybody gathers up and they have a common interest in the horse or the mule or the equine, and they.
Well, again, thanks to Patrick Kaiser of Southern Equine Expo. The website, SouthernEquineExpo.com. Come see Speaking of Horses there. Well, that's our show. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Speaking of Horses, we'll be back next week with a brand new show. Or join us at SpeakingofHorses.com.